Hey guys, this is just going to be a little update. My vlog from the other day, I had mentioned, sorry, I'm laying in bed. It's like 2:30 in the morning. Our schedule's so messed up right now. Anyway, I mentioned in my vlog the other day that I got a strange phone call. Where were we at when I got, oh, we were at Meijer when I was getting on my prescription. Because, like, I was in the car and I told you how I went to the ER. Sorry, this lamp. I have a little lamp over here. I went to the ER, and, they said my EKG and all that crap was fine. And then I was getting ready to head over to the grocery store. And then, like, I think later that day, I mentioned that I got, like, a strange phone call when we were at the store. Sorry. Come on, lamp. Anyways, while I was at the grocery store, well, we went to Meijer. I was picking up my prescription, and we were getting some groceries. And I got a call from a number that I didn't know, so I figured I'd just answer it. And when I answered it, it was the hospital calling to let me know that turns out my CT scan was not okay. They found a mass on my lung, and they told me, there's nothing to worry about right now because I don't know what it is. Like, it could be nothing, it could be something, no one knows. The thing is, seeing how I'm pregnant, and I had a CT scan that day, I can't have another scan until after the baby's born. So, like, for the next, I'm doing 4 months. So, for the next at least 4 months, I'm not going to know anything. Like, there's nothing else they can do. They can't, she said, you're only allowed, like, one scan during your pregnancy due to risks of, because radiation, blah, blah, blah. So, it's like, it was just weird. We went walking out of the store, and I told Jay, I'm like, that was interesting. I'm like, that was the hospital. And he's like, the hospital? I said, yeah. I said, they found a mass on my lung. And we kind of walked out of the grocery store, and he's kind of looking at me. And, like, as we're walking through the parking lot, I started getting, like, teary-eyed. Like, I mean, yes, it could be nothing, but on the other hand, it could be worst-case scenario. It could be lung cancer, which, a few years back, they found a mass on my grandpa's lung, and that's what it was. His was lung cancer, so. And I did smoke. I smoked for 15 years. I smoked from the age of 15 until I turned 30. And then when I had to have cancerous cells removed from my cervix and uterus, like, I was done. I was done smoking. I'm like, okay, there's too many other things that can cause harm and cancer. I'm not going to push my luck by smoking. So, like, I just quit cold turkey. That was, 2009 I quit. So, like, the whole rest of the day was just, like, off. I just sit there, like, we went to La Charreta, and we were trying to eat, and I started to get tears, and, like, I couldn't even look at like, I thought I was having anxiety anyway. Like, that's why I went to the doctor, and I kept getting, like, I keep having, like, heart palpitations, like, flutters. And then there's something that, like, kind of, that, like, chokes me and makes me cough. That's why I even went to the, hospital. But it's like, okay, if I, I thought I had anxiety before. Shit. I'm gonna have crazy anxiety for the next 4 or 5 months. But it's like, just sitting there at dinner with Adrian and Jay, it's like, wow. Like, what the hell would I do? What if, like, I go for that scan and they tell me that it is something serious and life-threatening? Like, I don't know. And Jay, he keeps telling me, don't worry about it. It's probably nothing. You can't stress about it. But that's just, it's hard to not think about it. Because, like, my biggest fear in life is that something happens to me where I won't be here for Adrian. And now I have another baby on the way. It's like, I don't even want to think about it. And, like, I was trying to eat dinner. Like, every time I'd look up at Jay, like, sitting across the table from me, I was starting to cry because I don't know. We're supposed to have a long, happy life together, and I'm supposed to watch my kids grow. I just thought that there's a possibility that, I don't know, so it's going to be a long 4 or 5 months. It's like he keeps saying, don't worry. And my mom, my stepdad, like, don't worry, it could be nothing. It could be the signs of, that, of this or that, or it could just be, nothing serious. Like, you never know, but it's like, that's the thing, not knowing for all these months. I don't know. I never really thought about it before. I guess, anything could happen to anyone at any time, but then you get that little, hey, there's something wrong with your lung. There's something on there. I don't know. So, yeah, it's just been kind of weird. Jay keeps telling me, don't worry, you can't sit and worry about it. But then, like, that day was just weird. Like, we got home and I came upstairs to change. And I just, like, hugged him and just, like, sobbed. Like, I don't want to think about it. Like I said, it could be nothing. It could just be nothing whatsoever. But then again, it could be something. And I just, how the hell am I supposed to deal with that? Like, thought for the next so many months. Like, the last couple days, I've heard a lot of, I love yous. And, like, he keeps talking about us getting married. Like, if you didn't know, I'm sorry. I'm, like, pregnant and hormonal, and we've been sick. That's it. They can't find any other reason for why I'm having these breathing problems. Like, everything else came back fine, and they can't find anything. The only thing they found is whatever this thing is on my lungs. And it's like, oh, great. There's obviously something wrong causing me not to be able to breathe right. And it's not just, like, the pregnancy shortness of breath. There's, like, my heart, like, races. It was even doing it in the emergency room, like, my heart would go from, like, 53 beats a minute. It would stay there for a while. And then it would shoot up to, like, almost 100. Like, that's, like, double. Like, just laying there in the bed, not doing anything. But if you didn't know, Jay and I, we went to high school together. And, like, a friend of mine was, like, in love with him. So, me and him hung out one time, and he asked me out on a date, and I told him no. Like, he sang to me. Like, we hung out one time with mutual friends, and he sang to me. He sang the song, he played on a little keyboard, and he sang to me the song Sold by John Michael Montgomery, like a country song. And he asked me out, and I told him no, I couldn't because my friend liked him. And then I didn't see him for, like, years and years and years. I graduated in 97. He graduated in 98. And, like, years and years and years went by, and then we kind of, like, became friends on Facebook. And then I saw him, I think, twice. I think I saw him 2 times. I'm holding my hand up to block that light. I think I saw him, like, twice through the years, just, like, in passing by, and we just kind of said hi. And that was it. And then we kind of started talking on Facebook, and then we met up, like, for, like, a week. And then we're like, okay, we can meet up. So we met up in Walmart's parking lot. Cause I'm like, yeah, I know who he is, and I know him, but I'm not going to just go meet somebody at their house or whatever. Like, I lived on my own, he lived on his own. And I went and met him in Walmart's parking lot in Wapak. We sat there and, like, talked forever. And then we ended up, he said, well, while we're here, he's like, I need to get something. So we went inside. And, like, we were walking through the parking lot to go in. I'm like, can I get a hug? Like, I hadn't really, like, seen him since high school. And he gave me a big hug in the parking lot. We went in and he bought, like, toothpaste and toilet paper, just, like, some random things. And then it's like, okay, we could go back to his house and sit and talk. And we sat there. He sat, like, on the couch and I sat in a chair. And we sat up and talked all night long till, like, 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, that was, like, officially our first date. Well, then, it was on April 8th, 2011. And then, 11 days later, April 19th, because we, like, that was, like, our first date, and then, like, we were, like, saw each other every single day. And then on that 11th day, he worked third shift, and, like, he came home from work, and, because I'd spent the night at his house, he wasn't there, and, on his way home he came home from work, and he came home and made cinnamon rolls, and I had taken my jewelry off, and it was, like, sitting on his kitchen counter, and we were sitting there eating, and then, I don't even know what the heck we were doing. I think he got up to do something, and I asked him for another cinnamon roll or something, because he had just got up, and he turned around, and he said, well, how about this? And he got down on one knee and proposed. Like, 11 days into dating. And my mom, she said she just knew, like, when she met him, said there was something about me she had never seen before. So, like, we had our first date. 11 days later, we were, he proposed, got down on one knee with a diamond ring. And then within a month, like, there was only a 15% chance that I was supposed to be able to have kids because of everything I've had go wrong with, like, my cervix and my uterus and, oh, that kind of crap. And then I have something wrong with my pelvis. So then, within a month, we had a baby on the way. It's like, so who has time, the time or the money for a wedding? And then here we are 5.5 years later, and we have another baby on the way. So, like, a wedding just hasn't been, like, real logical, like, finance-wise. So, but the last couple of days, he just keeps talking about, he's like, we just need to get married. He's like, let's just go to the courthouse. He's like, if something ever happens to you, I want you to... Anyway. And then he said, again today, he's like, he said, I talked to HR, and if, because, like, when I went to the ER the other night, he went with me, and he can't take, like, family medical leave because we're not married. If we were married, he could, because I'd be his wife. And then, like, when Adri was born, and when this baby's born, he can't have family medical leave to be off for the baby because we're not married. If we were married, he could, or if, even though it's his child, it doesn't make sense. Or if he was a female and if he was carrying the baby, then he could. But, then after the baby's born, if anything goes on, after the baby's born, then if something happens, he can take time off. Like Adri, when she was born, she had to stay a few extra days in the special care nursery because she was, like, really jaundiced. She had to stay in there, like, underneath the blue light. And I told him, like, I'm not leaving the hospital without my child. So they had, like, this old hospital wing that they don't use. It's like an empty wing. It's for, like, overflow if there's, like, a whole bunch of kids. Like, pediatrics, it's their overflow unit. So there's no nurses, there's nothing. It's just all these rooms and it's completely empty. And they let me and Jay stay there. So we stayed for a couple days. Because I'm like, I'm not leaving the hospital without my kid. So he got to stay, like, use family medical then because it was for the baby after it was born. But, like, if I go into labor in the middle of the night and he's at work, he can up and leave and have an unexcused absence, even though he's salary. He just can't use, like, family medical, which I think is so stupid. But he keeps, like, having all these reasons of why we should get married. But it's like, he's just been doing it, like, in the past few days since our whole hospital phone call. So I don't know. It's just been weird. And me and Adri have been sick. Like, me and her just went to the doctor today. And we both got put on antibiotics. But it's like, I don't know. Stressful. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's like, then what if you think all along, oh, it's nothing, there's nothing to be worried about, and then when it comes down to it and it is something, then it's like you aren't even prepared. So I don't want to think the worst, but I don't want to think that everything's fine. So I'm just kind of like trying not to think about it. But sometimes you can't help it. Like, it's scary. And when if I could go, like, in a month and get another CT scan for them to find out what it is, that'd be different. But I have to wait until after the baby's born. It's gonna be like welcoming a new baby, and then shortly after that, it's gonna be either good news or really horrible news. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying not to think about it, but so if I seem weird, like, in my vlogs, or if I just seem off, or, like, my mind is just elsewhere. But I just wanted to give an update, because in that video I had said that I got a strange phone call while I was in the store, and that I would update you later. And yeah, this is just my update. So it's about 10 till 3 in the morning. I'm going to try and get some sleep. I'm going to take a Benadryl, because all this crap. Like I said, we started antibiotics today, me and Adri, but they told me to take Benadryl at night to help the drainage and tell me to get some sleep because I haven't been sleeping well. But sorry. it's stressful enough, but then pregnancy hormones on top of that, and then being sick, and Adrian's been sick since, let's see, it's Halloween night, so it's Monday night, and she's been sick. Hers started, I guess, Thursday night when I went to the ER, my mom watched her, so me and Jay could go to the hospital, and I guess she told my mom that night, in the middle of the night, that her belly hurt and that her throat hurt, and that's when hers started. So, tonight she finally ate. She ate some fruit, and she wanted some ice cream. Like, she hasn't eaten since Thursday night after trick-or-treat. So she finally ate, and she's perking up a little bit, and we both got antibiotics, so hopefully we can both start to feel better, and just, I don't know. I already wanted to spend, like, as much time with her as possible while it's still just, like, me and her, and now it's, like, I told Jay he needs to win the lottery so he can just stay home every day and not go to work. I don't know. I just want to spend every minute with my little family. Like I said, cross my fingers and cross yours too that it's nothing, but like I said, we won't know anything. I mean, I can get online and read the radiology report, but I don't want to do that because there's, like, size-wise and shape-wise, there's certain factors that are more than likely mean that it's cancerous. But, like, from what I was Googling, it said, masses on the lungs. It's also called a pulmonary nodule. And they said a lot of times they're benign. Like I said, my grandpa, his wasn't, so. Yeah. Like I said, if it's over, if it's benign, it's usually, like, under 3 centimeters in size. So if I read the radiology report and mine's, like, 4 or 5 centimeters, I'm going to freak out, like, so I don't even think I want to read the report. And also, they say if they are cancerous, they will double in size within about 4 months. So whatever mine is now, when I go back in for my next scan after the baby's born, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Like I said, I am having breathing problems, and I did smoke for 15 years. And they even asked me on the phone, like, now you said that you're not a smoker, right? And I'm like, no, I don't smoke. I quit smoking years ago in 2009. I did smoke for 15 years, but a lot of that time I smoked like a pack a day. I worked in a factory. We were always outside smoking, and I mainly smoked in the car. Like I said, I quit years ago, but you can't go back and change things. So yeah, that's my update. I'm gonna go check on her. I just heard her cough. Hopefully she'll be falling asleep. Like, she is just exhausted and so wore out, and the medicine makes her tired, so she laid down. She couldn't even keep her eyes open at like 7. I looked at her, she had like one eye squinted, and I said, and the other eye was shut, and I said, honey, what are you doing? What's the matter? She said, Mommy, I'm so tired. I said, go ahead, because I told her I didn't want her to go to sleep, because then she'd be up all night. I said, honey, go ahead and close your eyes. And I walked in the kitchen to check on dinner and see how much time was left on the timer. I walked back in the living room, and she was out. Like, poor thing was just trying to keep herself awake, because I told her I didn't want her to go to sleep. So I let her fall asleep, and she slept till like 10. But, like, what time did I think around midnight. Was it midnight or 1? I don't even know what time it is. It's my life's a whirlwind right now. But anyway, I gave her more Motrin, and I gave her Benadryl to stop her runny nose and to help her go to sleep. So she should be going to sleep here anytime. And I'm going to take my Benadryl, and maybe we'll both get some really good sleep and start feeling better tomorrow. I already called her school today and told them she won't be there tomorrow because she just started antibiotics today, and there's no way I'd send her to school. I said she just ate for the first time tonight at like 10 o'clock. And even though it was ice cream and half of a cookie that she started with, my mom's like, that's totally fine, and let her eat whatever she wants to eat. So she ate that, and then she wanted chips, and then she wanted strawberries, and then she had 10 grapes, and then she wanted another bowl of fruit with strawberries, raspberries, and grapes. So yeah, hopefully we're on our way back to feeling good. So I'm gonna say goodnight, and I will see you guys in my next vlog. I haven't been vlogging the last couple days because we've been sick. I haven't done anything, but yeah. Oh, I love you guys. I really do. thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. My next video won't be down like this. I wanted to update you and just, I don't know. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later.